What's up, kings? How we doing? How we doing in this house? A lot of us are sad. A lot of people are not responding with that joy. There is a lot of discontent in our world today. And a big part of it is dating. 60% of all men are single, and I don't think all of them are by choice. I don't think they're all like, hey, I'm playing the field, fellas. I'm alone. Woo! Ow, ow, road dog. It's tough being out here. We are more than ever, like, kind of secluded, like, living in our house. Like, I connect to people through the internet. This counts as social interaction, I swear. Right, God? Please, please. And so we rely on these things like dating apps. Like, please, let me find love. Let me find connection. And it's tough. I mean, first, it's just finding someone you're attracted to, right? Someone you're interested in. But then, like 90% of the accounts, especially on the free apps, and like, you know, money's tough. Like, it's not like the economy's great. A lot of the accounts are fake. And they're either people like, oh, hello, my name is Yolanda. Give me your credit card number and I will love you forever. Or it's like, hey, babe, I want to talk to you. Just go to my OnlyFans. It's like, oh my good Lord. It feels like just walking advertisements. Just love is a commodity and you are the money giver. And it's like, hey baby, come on, give mama some sugar. Actual money. I don't actually want to kiss you. It's tough and it's demoralizing. But let's say you do get a match. Come on, puppy! Daddy's got a match! Woo! Puppy? Do you want to respond to any of my messages? Puppy! No one responds because women get a lot of messages, a lot of people talking to them on the social apps, and it's like, what? Too many people, so you gotta go with the cheesy pickup line to make them chuckle or go, this is stupid, but then half of them are like, you're not who I want to connect with. The people who do like it generally aren't looking for love, you know, they're looking for a little hit and quit it. Somewhere, bam, thank you, ma'am. They're not here for love. They're not here to tie you down, buddy. But let's say you do strike up a conversation with somebody. Love is in there. Wait, where'd you go? You get ghosted all the time, especially right when you're about to meet up, suddenly, poof, gone. Because social anxiety is at a peak. And you get ghosted and it hurts. And you feel like the rug's gotten pulled out from under you. And this is all assuming they don't just unmatch you the moment they realize who they matched with. Like, it's tough. Dating online is tough. There's gotta be another word than tough for it. It's not great. So you get off the apps. You go meet people in public, which kinda hard for me because your boy don't drink no more. Where do you meet people? Cafes? Libraries? Like what? A lake? That's where you meet serial killers. Don't meet people at lakes. That's a bad call. But so you go out in person. You're like, I'm gonna meet the love of my life. The places that you can actually talk to people are just reducing. Like anytime you're on a social media, or you're gonna find a rant. Men, let me just be on the subway. Don't hit on me on the subway. Okay, men, if I'm eating food, I'm not looking for love. Don't hit on me in the restaurant. Okay, men, if I'm fucking doing my job at the counter, I'm not looking for love. Don't hit on me at my job. And it's like, when can I talk to you? When can I meet anyone, please? I am the single gremlin. Please. It just feels kind of impossible to know when to hit on people. And sometimes it feels like you're not allowed to hit on anyone anywhere unless they're already attracted to you. Then it's fine. But most of the time, don't do it because you don't know. You can't read their mind. It feels like a game of hide and seek that you're meant to lose. Just feels like you can't find anyone. It's really easy to blame all of this stuff on women because it feels like women's fault. But who's really to blame for this whole issue? Like, looking at dating apps, I mean, first off, men made dating apps, right? But let's just ignore that. And then you get into catfishing, right? Who does most of the catfishing? Is it the ladies? Tip, no, it's not mostly the ladies. Guys know that the thing that attracts guys is a hot girl, so they pretend to be hot girls until they get your money. Catfishing is mostly men who do it. But then there's OnlyFans, right? That's only women's fault. There's no men involved in the OnlyFans, right? It's not like men made OnlyFans planning to hook men in with hot girls is like bait. That definitely didn't happen. It's not like the girls are just taking advantage of a system that was made and they're like, hey, we need money too, and this is like easy. So, like, let's just get that bread. And it's not like men made capitalism, so kind of in some ways it's their fault. No, definitely not. Girls need money, and if they're comfortable with OnlyFans, then make that paper, right? You know, every man is told the story like, oh, you need to be the breadwinner. You need to do anything you can to make money. Be smart. Find your market where you can make a niche. But then a girl does it, it's like, oh, you're dirty. You're dirty, girl. You're dirty. Let them use what they got. Let them be businesswoman. And yeah, it sucks to see them on Tinder and no, they don't actually want you. But hey, guess what? You see them on the street, they also don't want you. So it's life. And then we get into the whole like real world dating scene and how frustrating it is. And it feels unfair how mistrustful of men women are, right? Don't flirt with me anywhere. It's like, I just want to pay you a compliment, maybe let you know I'd like to get to know you better. And that's fair. You know, there's no problem with somebody going up to you and saying, hey, you're gorgeous. I want to get to know you. And then you can say no, and it's fine. That's not a problem. Having to do it 19 times, though? That's a bit much. 19 times in like an hour. It's like you go to lunch, but you don't get to eat because you always have to freaking tell guys to leave you alone, just over and over and over. In national parks, it's illegal to pick up rocks you think are pretty. You can't take them out of the park. And that seems ridiculous, right? Like, who cares if I take one rock? There's plenty of other cool rocks for everybody to see. But the problem is, when everybody takes just one rock, then there's no rocks because there's a lot of people. One person makes a big impact when all of the people are doing that one thing. What men have to face is the fact that even though we're only in charge of our individual actions, the world women face is the sum of the multitude of men's actions. They can't make their decisions based on what one man's gonna do. They gotta make it based on what all the men are gonna do. So don't flirt with them on the subway. Some guys will still ignore that rule, but most of them will leave them alone. Or more of them will leave them alone. And so they'll get a little bit of peace, a little bit of quiet. And then another thing we have to acknowledge is that women's fear of men is valid. There's a reason they travel in packs. It's not because all women are desperate to never be alone. No, it's because when you're alone, you are easy prey. The number one health risk to women is men. And yeah, not all men. Life would be easier for women if it were all men, because then they could just know. They could just know that men are the problem, right? And it's like, that guy is gonna hurt me, that guy's gonna hurt me, that guy, they would just know, like, all of them are threats. But instead it's like, maybe he could be nice, he could be a sweetheart, I don't know. They have to guess every time and roll the dice. So it's even more exhausting than if you just knew. And so, yeah, the women's mistreatment of men is the product of a society that treats women like prey. It's the only natural response, the evolved response for all you natural men. That's how you survive. You treat all men like threats. You don't deserve that, but women don't deserve to worry they're gonna die every night. They don't deserve that. So we need to work towards creating a world where women don't have to be afraid. It's easy to blame women. And obviously it's easy to blame men. A lot of this stuff is based on systems that some men have made. Not all men. Not you, not me. Some dude, some rich dude named Tony, probably. The oldest trick in the book is divide and conquer. All right? Women! All men are bad. Men, it's the women who are screwing you over. When really, like, there are some dudes who suck. And then a couple women who help, like, push that through, too. We have to look across the aisle and be like, okay, you've hurt me. We could hurt you. We need to find ways where you feel safe and where we can start working towards fixing these bonds. We need to work together. We need to stop fucking slinging mud at each other. And start fixing things. And that starts with men for the simple fact that women are afraid they're gonna die. Men were hurt, and there is a deep psychological trauma going on throughout men. I don't want to diminish that. It's just easier for men to push through that, like, for a day than women having to push through their fear of dying for a day. Short term, men can get through their troubles a little easier than women can. So it's our responsibility to take the first steps to start creating societal norms where, like, women can talk to guys and it's not immediately, give me your number, babe. So I challenge you, if you're a guy watching this, if you see a pretty attractive woman and she's wearing a cool top or a sick scarf or has really cool, like, wingtip eyeliner, compliment it. Say, hey, I love your shirt, or I love your shoes. Compliment something that she chose about her appearance. Something that speaks to her personality, not her just natural body. And then say, have a great day, goodbye. You're not asking for anything. She doesn't owe you anything for you being nice. You're actually just being nice. And then leave. And if you see somebody harassing a woman, step in. And don't be like, hey, dude, get the fuck away. Say, hey, is everything okay here? Because you're making me uncomfortable with your pushiness. And even, like, don't make it about her. Like, in a way, like, you know, like, it's like, you don't want any more anger going on to her. You don't want more of an incident. But just create a little stopgap for her to get away and for the situation to de-escalate. And just do small things like that. You don't have to be the superhero. You don't have to be Batman beating up poor people. Just start treating women like the people that they are. And then they'll start treating us not like possible monsters, but like people. And it'll be two-way. And we can start moving forward. And there are other solutions. You know, we need to create spaces, safe spaces, snowflakes. But, like, we can actually work on that. But all I got is the things I said so far. I'm a dude in the basement. Well, what do you want from me? Solve sexism! All right, goodbye.